Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now we have got news that Verizon, the cell service company, is experiencing a nationwide outage. According to Down Detector, Verizon users began reporting problems around noon earlier today. About an hour later, nearly 200,000 users reported issues with the service provider. About 66% of the reported problems have involved customers' mobile phones. Customers are reporting that they have no service and that their phones are in SOS mode. Now, the outage appears to be impacting customers nationwide, with users reporting problems in Alabama, Connecticut, Georgia, Maryland, Minnesota, North Carolina, and Texas. Verizon said in a statement on X that it is aware of, quote, an issue impacting wireless voice and data services for some customers, end quote. Now, it said it is working to identify and resolve the issue. The statement went on to say, quote, we understand how important reliable connectivity is and apologize for the inconvenience, end quote. Now, T-Mobile and AT&T also appear to be experiencing service issues. About 1,500 customers each reported issues with signal and 5G home internet earlier today, according to Down Detector. And we also want to highlight a story that involves Medicaid fraud and a kickback scheme. Now, a Kinston woman, Francine Super, was sentenced to 6 years after her guilty plea in the healthcare fraud conspiracy last summer. The U.S. Attorney's Office says Super was an office manager for LifeTouch LLC. LifeTouch is a Kinston-based company. In June, the Department of Justice named that company and First Choice Healthcare Services in a $14.6 billion nationwide fraud takedown. Now, Super's daughter, Kimberly Sims, owns First Choice, a lab company hired to do drug testing services for LifeTouch, according to the DOJ. Now, along with others, the U.S. Attorney's Office says court documents show that Kiki Johnson and Super used Medicaid reimbursement funds to purchase more than $1 million in gift cards. Court documents say over 4 years, Johnson and Super, along with other employees and agents, gave LifeTouch patients gift cards based on the number of days per week they received treatment. The two also got kickbacks from First Choice, and neither woman reported this as income or tax returns, according to court documents. Now, the U.S. Attorney's Office says Johnson, the LifeTouch LLC compliance director, and Super admitted to being part of the scheme that also involves tax violations. Now, Johnson faces up to 11 years when she is sentenced. And now for a look at your forecast. It is going to be a wet afternoon. We've already seen some of the rain showers move through parts of eastern North Carolina. Here's what it looks like right now across the East Coast, and you can see we've got several rounds of rain to get through over the next 24 hours. Everything's going to be moving off the coast, probably even sooner than that. We're likely looking at about 18 hours of moisture moving overhead. Most of the drops will be drying up by the time we get to tomorrow morning, but not the case right now, as we've got heavy downpours currently moving across Sampson, Duplin, Wayne, and even Greene counties. Lenore County is up next with some heavy rain. The LaGrange, if you guys are watching from LaGrange, understand you've got some heavy downpours that are going to be moving through here within the next 5 to 15 minutes. Could last certainly longer than that. Elsewhere in eastern North Carolina, a little bit more of a light rainfall pattern moving its way across the Pungo River, even stretching northward over Terrell County, even up towards Elizabeth City. But again, heavier rain showers along that band that is now on the eastern side of I-95. Those raindrops won't completely clear the coast until we get, I would say, to around 7 to 8 p.m. Later on tonight. Air temperatures will be cooling down as those rain showers roll in. Already seeing that being the case across Rocky Mount, along with Roanoke Rapids, currently in the mid to upper 40s. Goldsboro currently at 52 degrees. You guys are going to be cooling off in central Wayne County as we head through, again, your 2 to 3 o'clock hours. Most of eastern North Carolina in the mid to upper 50s. We are looking again at a little bit more warmth along Cape Hatteras, 59 degrees there along the Outer Banks, but certainly not quite as warm as what we had yesterday. And through the rest of this afternoon, air temperatures are going to be holding steady, not actually cooling down. The southwesterly wind is going to do what it can to help keep those air temperatures up, but it's not going to do a perfect job. We will be cooling down, and the cold air is going to rush in later on tonight. Anticipating overnight lows dipping down near freezing, maybe staying just a little bit above freezing for tomorrow morning. But through the day tomorrow, northwesterly winds are only going to push more of that cold air into the east. We've got 34 degrees planned by 7, 35 by 9, so clearly not really gaining a whole lot of heat there, 37 by 10, 39 by 11, then finally breaking into the low 40s by the time we reach lunch. Now, we're not going to get much warmer than that. 42 degrees for your high tomorrow. Northwesterly winds between 10 to 15 miles an hour will make it feel like we're between about 35 to 39 degrees. Anticipate a wind chill tomorrow that is really going to, again, make you wish you have a jacket. Bring a jacket on your way out the door tomorrow. It's not going to be for the rain. It's going to be for the chill. Of course, rain showers today turn to cold air tomorrow. Here's a look at how those raindrops kind of just fade away and move off the coast later on tonight. Now, we could certainly see a few isolated spot showers early tomorrow morning, not going to be widespread. So again, if you're watching from inland locations on the western side of Highway 17, you are most likely looking at a dry start to your Thursday. But Thursday, the focus isn't so much on the rain, it's on the temperature fall. Again, air temp is going to be falling about 10 degrees from today into tomorrow, and we've got even colder conditions coming up Thursday night into Friday morning, when overnight lows could dip down into the upper teens to low 20s. Right now, we've got your overnight low set at around 21 degrees, but some inland areas could certainly, again, push those temps down a little bit further. Friday, 45 degrees, 58 on Saturday. Nice little warm up to start the weekend. But it's how we finish the weekend that really should grab your attention. We've got an opportunity for not only some raindrops coming down, but another opportunity for perhaps maybe a few snowflakes mixing in. Note how Saturday night, 31 degrees, below freezing. Sunday, as those showers roll through, they may see again a little bit of some rain snow mixture in there. Now, we're not anticipating any sort of widespread accumulation at this point because air temperatures on Sunday is still expected to get into the mid to upper 30s. However, if those temperatures come down and we see those rain showers stick around during the freezing temperatures, we could be talking about an opportunity for snow. Certainly better opportunity than what we're going to be seeing tonight into tomorrow morning. It's not going to be a long-lasting event. We'll be back up into the low 40s for Martin Luther King Jr. Day, as well as Tuesday in the mid-40s the following Wednesday and Thursday. But check out those overnight lows. 19 degrees Sunday night, 22 degrees Monday night, 20 degrees Tuesday night, 22 Wednesday night. It is looking like a cold forecast. Last week is a distant memory. Coming up next week, January is really going to make its presence felt. Well, that's all we have time for today's 2 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back coming up at 2:30 with another Charlie Loves Science segment. Unfortunately, last week we were interrupted by breaking news. Hopefully this week we get to talk about some good news surrounding PFAS, a dangerous chemical found in Teflon and a lot of everyday items. Got some good news with regards to the attraction, filtering out, and destruction of those forever chemicals. We'll have more details on that coming up at 2:30.